I did this one thing and it changed everything. Every single time I walk onto a job site, I do this one thing and it changed absolutely everything about the way I relate to the clients, the trades, and the work. I'm Aaron from Albatross Academy, an organization that helps homeowners through their builds through resources, digital products, and one-on-one consultation, so they can stress less and enjoy more of the building process. When I started in construction management, I felt this pressure to always be hard on the trades, to always have the answers, and I felt like I could never let the client see that maybe I didn't have an answer for a specific problem on site. After a few years, I realized that everyone else was just a human being like me, doing their job during the day and going home to their families at night. I realized that nobody thought any less of me when I need a little bit of time to think about a site problem and I didn't have an answer right away. And better yet, when I started to include others in my brainstorming solutions, I noticed a funny thing happened. Everyone started to care. They took a vested interest in the project and it started to feel like a team and less like robots just there to do a job and go home at the end of the day. It felt like we were all serving the project, not just our own interests. The collaboration brought everybody together on site, and we could feel it, and the clients could feel it too. I wasn't just the office guy coming to bark orders or check in on people. I was a fellow worker just doing a different job. If there was an issue that I had to go to site for, the thing that changed for me was a really simple perspective shift. On the way to the job site, I always put myself in the shoes of all the other people that were there to discuss that specific issue. I would look at the issue through their eyes. That way I can feel empathy for them, I can let them feel appreciated for the job they're doing, and I can bring the issue to light with some sense of how they might perceive it. So let's say I come to site and there's a wall that's been framed and now the client wants to change the wall. Change something about the configuration of the wall. Maybe the windows are too high or too low. Something needs to change. If I rock on a site and I start barking orders and say, oh yeah, we gotta change this, gotta change this, gotta change this, I'm gonna get a real FU vibe from the framers, and maybe rightly so. If I use the WAT framework, it stands for what about them? I can look at this job, I can look at this issue through that specific lens and think about everybody who's there to discuss that issue. I can think about the framers, and maybe they put a lot of care and attention and detail into framing this specific wall. I can think about the clients, who maybe they're a little bit nervous or intimidated, even on their own job site, about telling big burly dudes to tear out all the work they've done and redo it. So if I can address this issue, looking at it through everybody's eyes on that job site, then I can come at it with way more empathy and try to navigate that sticky situation where I might be giving news that isn't that welcome. So when I learned this practice, everything changed. And it's something that you can implement no matter where you are in the process or whatever your role is, on-site or off-site. Just remember WAT, what about them? As you're getting to site, you're getting out of the vehicle, you're putting your boots on, whatever. Just think, WAT, what about them? If this perspective sounds unique and it's something you want more of course you can connect with me at any of my social platforms, of course here at YouTube, and you can also connect with me at albatrossacademy.ca. Have a great day.